Sup, my dear friends, how are you doing? Punurvas here. Guys, we did the introductory session. I hope you understood. Now let us get into the real deal. Okay. So we did a couple of introductory sessions. I told you how to read the Bear Act basically. So guys, though it is a fast track, let me tell you, it is going to be Bear Act methodology. Unless we know how to read the Bear Act, there is no point in being a chartered accountant. As simple as that. So take this statement with a pinch of salt because it is what it is, my dear friends. You need to read the Bear Act. You need to understand the Bear Act. So in paper 4, paper 60, we always used to do Bear Act methodology, and even the same thing will continue in direct taxation as well. It is gonna be Bear Act methodology, whether it is fast track, marathon, full course, whatever it is, whatever name nomenclature you give, regular batch, but it is going to be Bear Act methodology. But of course, in various things, it will the degrees will change, but you will get a sense of how to read the Bear Act in all the things. Nothing to worry. Okay. So let's get to it. So please open the book where it says, B1, that is profit or gains of business or profession. It's the page number. So this is popularly called as PGBP, right? So it's popularly called as PGBP. You would have been studying that in inter also. Now we'll do it in final. So if you see, my dear friends, what I've done is to make it easy for you also, I've given it in the form of like B1, B2, B3 like that. It becomes easy for you also, easy for me also to understand. Chapter wise it is given. So chapter A is all your basic, your tax rates and all these things. B1 is this, then C, A was that, B was this, C like that. It continues. Okay. Now, and even what I've done now, even the problems module, the compilation module also, I have kept the same thing. What I have done, my dear friends, is I have divided this, whatever we are going to study, into concept capsules. So according to the concept capsules, the problems have been given. This is picked up from previous year's question papers, MTP, RTP and all those things I have picked up there. So nothing to worry. Just stick to one book, more than sufficient. Everything I've covered here, not to worry. Okay. So let's begin, my dear friends. Profits or gains of business or profession. Just the chapter overview, what all will happen. First, we will obviously understand chargeability. This only will take some time. Charging section, see charge, we should get charged up to understand what is this PGBP, what is included in that, what is excluded, how to analyze, all that we will discuss. Next, profits and gains of business and profession. Next is, of course, the computation of business income, section 29 to 43D. So entire computation, which includes depreciation, everything we will cover there. Then we will go to admissible deductions, 30 to 37 mark section, and then the inadmissible deductions, that is 38, 40, 40A and 43B. All interesting sections. Then deemed profit section, section 41. Then guys, presumptive taxation, 44 AD, ADA, AE, B, BB, BBA, BBB, all these things, presumptive taxation we will do, and then miscellaneous provisions like 43A, etc. So from this particular chapter, they'll ask you in total income, they will ask you standalone questions they can ask, and MCQ they can ask you. So roughly, my dear friends, around I would say 15 marks from this chapter easily will generally come. So very important chapter. 15% of your syllabus is covered in this particular chapter. So shall we begin, my dear friends? So you see, I have given everything like this, right? Coolly we'll do. Don't worry about it. Coolly we will understand. Nothing to worry. Okay. So first of all, as we have already discussed the basics in the introductory class, generally when I read the section number, it will be section 473, just saying, subsection 3, then clause A, subclause B and all those things. Guys, since we are doing the Bear Act methodology, let me keep on telling this again and again. First 10-15 classes, you may be finding it slightly difficult. Okay, you'll be like, what is happening, what is not happening, all that. Okay, like first 10 days you can say. 10 days means around 20 classes. Then slowly, the pieces of the puzzle will get set everywhere, and then you'll get the full picture. So as my proverb, my slogan goes, trust the process. Okay, trust the process, my dear friends. I have been in the teaching field for almost like some 10 years now. 10 plus years, and initially people had a problem with Bear Act methodology 10 years ago. Now that, in the sense that time they did not have the, understanding of how important it is. Now, it is definitely people have understood the importance, and yes, little bit of patience is needed. Trust the process. Trust me, my dear friends. Okay. I have my heart and soul is for the students, and you will enjoy this entire process. You are doing something different than what you have never done in your life. So to do something different than what you have never done in your life, you have to obviously do something which you probably have never tried before, and that is this Bayrak methodology, because you're doing something hatke, right? Yes, come back. Introduction. So guys, first we will spend some time on understanding what you mean by profit, what is this gains, and what is business, what is profession. Obviously, we need to understand that only, and then we have to go ahead. Let us go to the Bayrak. Let us go to the Bayrak. Let's dive into the Bayrak. Let me just open section number 2 for you guys. Section 2, let's go. Section 2 is what, guys? Definition section. But as you know, in section definition section 2, they'll always use what? Clauses. 2 clause 1, 2 clause 2 and all those things. So let us dive into Finance Act 2022, which is the topic of our discussion, obviously. That's the Finance Act that we need to look for, right? Let's begin, shall we? So let's go to 2 clause 13 to understand what do you mean by business? Because my dear friends, this entire thing talks about what? Profits or gains from business or profession. You see, business includes. So guys, this is an inclusive definition. Inclusive, we have to keep seeing there what they ask in everything. Here means, includes. So here also means. What do you mean by means? Means it's an exhaustive definition. When I use the word means, it is an exhaustive definition. No other meaning can be given. So it's like me saying my fast track students means the best students. Means what? No other meaning can be given. Which is the truth, no? Yes or no? Yes. On the other hand, if I say my fast track students includes the best students. My fast track students includes the best students. Means what? Good students are also there, best students are also there, bad students are also there. So when I use the word inclusive, it is a term of wide import. But when I use the word means, it is a very restrictive meaning, because if you look within that restriction, that itself is exhaustive. Basically, no other meaning can be given when I use the word means. Okay. But when I use the word includes, then other meaning also can be given. But you see now, what do you mean by business? See, basically when I say board, does it mean board of directors? Companies Act board of directors? No. Board means in wherever I use the word board in Income Tax Act. In Companies Act, board used to be what? Board of directors. Here when I use the word board, it means it is only one. Central Board of Direct Taxes, CBDT. That's it. No other thing. Now, here. Business, 2 clause 13. Business includes, inclusive definition. Whatever you know what business is, that will cover. Plus, trade, commerce or manufacture or any adventure or concern in the nature of trade, commerce or manufacture. So if you do any trading activity, buying and selling, any commerce activity, anything that involves money and transfer of assets, commerce, transfer of anything for that matter, the goods, assets, etc., or manufacture. If you actually manufacture a good, if you produce a good, then, or any adventure. Guys, adventure is risk. Business is an adventure. When I use the word adventure, it means it's a risk. Any risk-taking venture, anything which will give us windfall gains, which may not give us gains, anything for that matter, would be called as business. Sir, what about roadside vendor? Roadside vendor, he will just sell some vada pav. Is that business? Yes. Sir, you would have seen, no, hawkers on the road during the signal, when you stand at the signal, they'll come with, one day they'll come with umbrella during rainy season. Next, during summer, they'll come with, bottles of water. Is that also business, technically speaking? Yes, any adventure or any concern in the nature of trade, anything that you do is called as business. So that we need to understand. So come back to the notes. Guys, when I open the Bayrak and read, you blindly see the screen. That's all. You don't have to worry. Whatever relevant stuff I've already given in the notes. So along with that, when I make you write certain things, you please write down. Or you can take a picture from the screen, whatever it is. So along with my material, you can maintain one more book if you want to, and whatever, like for example, for that particular page number you write, and the content stuff you can write. For me, I always used to do that, so it may help you also. Okay. So along with the notes, that other thing also you can figure out, so that both can be used for the examination. See guys, my book is more than sufficient for the examination. Along with that, you maintain your running notes. As and when, like for example, one word I will analyze in a better way, that you can make a note. You can make a note there only in the material, or you can keep another book, your choice. I'm not going to impose. I've seen many students use these sticky notes. You know, that sticky notes you'll write on that, and then full color, it will be their entire book, right? It'll be yellow, red, orange, all those things. So up to you. I am nobody to impose your choice, your wish, but we will follow this entire procedure. Slowly, coolly, we'll understand the Bare Act. Be with me, okay? Don't worry, guys. Yes. So, business includes any trade, commerce, or manufacture, or any adventure. Okay, fair enough. So, come back to the notes now. Come back to the notes. Me and you together will study, okay? Are you with me? Yes. So, 2 clause 13 defines business to include trade, commerce, or manufacture. Section number and all should I remember? Poda, leave it. Don't worry. Section number, no need to remember. Just follow the concept. That's all. Here and there, few section numbers, yes. But everything, it's a huge law, right? Companies Act is huge. This is huge. Everything you cannot remember. So try as much as possible to remember if possible. Otherwise, it's okay. No problem. Okay. Yes. So defines business to include what? Any trade, commerce, or manufacturing activity. As we have seen, trade, commerce, or manufacturing activity will be called as what, my dear friends? Will be called as business. It's an inclusive definition, means whatever meaning you already know, that plus trade, commerce, and manufacturing activity. All right. Now, let us decode the first dialogue, guys. Profits or gains of what? Business or profession. So let me write down here. Profits or gains from where? Business or profession. You can write on there also, or you can write it in your material or sticky notes or whatever, guys, your wish. Don't worry. Okay. Profits or gains. Now let me search the Bare Act. Where this profits or gain is? Let's see. No problem. Since it's the beginning classes, I'm going little slow. Slowly I'll pick up the pace. Don't worry. Bro, fast track only, this fellow is doing like this. How will he do regular and all? Don't think. Shh. Okay. Yes. Come back. Let us see. Where? Obviously, guys, this is nothing but income, no? Common sense. See, I'm slowly trying to tell you how to decode the Bare Act. Don't you think so? When I make a profit or a gain, it's income. Yes. Let's keep an eye on the definition of income. Guys, section 2, always it is in what format? It is in chronological order. Alphabetical order, I mean. So it will always be alphabetical order. So I need to search for income, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. It will come somewhere here, no? Correct? I'm just telling you how to read. Like that only you should keep on reading. There, 22, B, A, and see here. 2 clause 24. Are you getting my point? 2 clause 24. Income includes. Beautiful. Includes. Whatever you know income is income. Plus these things. First one you see, guys, deadly. Profits and gains. Profits and gains. Already. So where should I go to search income? 2 clause 24. And 2 clause 24. Income speaks about what, my dear friends? Profits and gains. So what do you mean by profit? When you do business, profession will come to profession. When you do business, the profit that you get, the gain that you get, when you do profession, profit or gain that you get will be now, the chargeability will happen under section 28 of my Income Tax Act. Okay, 28 of my Income Tax Act. समझ में आया? अर्थ आयता? परिंजिता मापले all languages. Malayalam and all I learn slowly. Manasilaya, something like that. I'm learning. Okay. Yes. Alright, guys. So very simple. Got it? Done? Till here clear? So now this entire profits or gains from business, no? This should be computed according to the method of accounting. Method of accounting is given in section 145. I'll be throwing a lot of sections in the initial classes. You're like, what the hell is this fellow telling? From here is going there, from there is going there. In law, no, same thing used to happen. Students used to call me, sir, I'm not understanding anything, 4 classes over. I used to ask, how many classes over? 4 classes. I said, 10 classes tak, shh. Whatever I'm telling you, blindly write down. After that, you'll understand. Then they used to call me at after 10 classes, sir, now everything I understand, said like a puzzle everywhere. Now puzzles are all set up. Okay, so coolly. I'll be throwing a few sections. Don't worry about it, guys. Okay, leave it. I'm just trying to tell you, explain, understand the concept. Forget about section number. Chumma don't go beyond section number, understand the concept. So income to clause 24. Then this thing, what do you say, profits or gains should be, chargeable as per the what? The mechanism, method of accounting. Method of accounting is given in section 145. Method of accounting is given as per section 145. Fair enough? Now, so we have to see according to the thing what to do. Now moving on to the other area, that is what do you mean by business or profession, and what do you mean by this profits or gains, what all are covered, what may not be covered, and all that we need to see. So when I use the word gains, gains, generally it is used in the context of a trading activity. It may benefit an individual, my dear friends, or it may benefit a community as a whole. Okay, an individual it may benefit, or it may benefit a community as a whole. So profit or gains, profit 145, method of accounting, profits, gains can be from a trading activity. Everywhere we are seeing profit gain, profit gain, profit gain. But sir, what about losses? Are losses covered in profits or gains? Are losses covered in profits or gains? This was a question of law which went up to the highest level. Correct? So questions of law are taken up by High Court and Supreme Court. Right? Questions of law where the intention of the lawmaker is dissected. By whom? By the judge. So they went and told, sir, will profit and gain include loss also? Then the judge said, good question, bro. Then they went to the definition of income. Will income include negative income? That was the question that was raised. So let us see one case law. Whatever case laws I'm going to show and all, right, these things are not important in the sense that name and all you need not remember, honestly speaking. No need of remembering the name. But there are important judgments. Just remember that these are important judgments. No need to remember the name, etc. as such. Judgment context we have to remember. Now you see, guys. The word income or profits or gains should be understood where? As including the losses also. CIT versus Hari Prasad and Company. Supreme Court 1975. 1975. Correct? So, in the sense that profits and gains represent plus income, whereas losses represent minus income. So, income under 2 clause 24 will have plus also, will have minus also. So, loss is nothing but negative profit. Both the positive and negative must be taken into account. Beautiful. Har Prasad. So, basically, you have to take that. Firstly, it should comprise of the total income, then in the manner provided in the Act. Manner is a method of accounting, accrual or cash basis, but ultimately, you have to take both plus profit and minus profit. Got it, my dear friends? Yes. Gains is nothing but profits only. Profit of a trade or a business, as I told you, where the receipts will be more than the expenditure. So, expression profits or gains is not just limited to business only, it is used for many other things. It is used for all other things in the Act. So don't think that profits and gains means only one part. Profits and gains will be for other things also. Profits or gains. Generally, when you want to talk about income, the Act uses it in other places also. Okay. So let's not go too much into this profits and gains. What you need to understand is point number 1, it is derived from the word of income. Second one, method of accounting. Third one, trading individual and it benefits a community. Fourth one, losses are also included. And fifth one, profits or gains are used everywhere. That you leave. It's okay. This much is enough. Got it? Got the clear-cut meaning of profits and gains? Using certain things now, I'll come to this. Now let's deviate to what? Business or profession. Let's deviate a little bit to business or profession and then come to some examples, shall we? So guys, now this part you understood. Moving on to this part. When I talk about business or profession, what comes to mind is, of course, one is business. We read the Bare Act now. I'll just, check out, check here. Again, I want to show you. Sorry. Two clause 13 we were reading, right? I'll just come back to that and just show you again. Coolly, no problem. Includes any trade, commerce or manufacture or any adventure, okay? Or concern in the nature of trade, commerce or manufacture. So, business, trade, commerce, manufacture. So, basically, you would have heard about these dialogues, no? Business, then profession, and one more. In the Act also, they have used this word at various places. So, we need to know about that as well, vocation. Now, business is a term which is of, wide import. Everything can be business, correct? Whatever trade activity that you do can be called as business. So, business is extremely wide in nature. One more word, if you see in the business profession, 2 clause 13, they also use the word concern. I'll explain all these things. Concern. You're not able to see, but okay. Concern. Let me write here. Down, I'll write later. Concern. So, business, profession, vocation, business is very, very wide. Anything that you do that involves trade, commerce, etc., or even manufacture of a good will be called as business. Right? On the other hand, if there is, what do you say, profession. In the olden days, what was called as profession, my dear friends? What was called as profession? So, business on one hand was what? Whenever I put some efforts, in simple words, for some return. Maybe in an organized way or in a disorganized way, doesn't matter. But I am putting efforts to do what? To get some return. That was held to be business. That is very, very simple. Where my skill and labor is used. More so labor, but skill and labor to some extent. But profession, from time immemorial, profession always meant usage of certain skill set. Skill set could be intellectual skill set, or it could be your labor in terms of, for example, surgeon. Surgeon skills would obviously be the way he operates, that, or intellectual skill. Of course, the surgeon also will need intellectual skill. There will be a mixture of both. Intellectual skill like a chartered accountant, company secretary, architect, who will use the entire design skills, everything that he has in his mind, and then gives the final thing. So, technically speaking, if you see, in the olden days, profession was only for the learned professions like doctor, CS, but now everything is covered under professional wherever you are using some skill sets to perform. And very, very interesting to know that business and profession are mutually exclusive now. After so many years, now they have become mutually exclusive. Means what? When I use the word business, you cannot use the word profession and vice versa. So if you are doing business separate, profession separate. That's why if you see in presumptive taxation also, for 44 ADA is profession. Correct? So 44 AD is business. Both are mutually exclusive. When you are taking under 44 ADA, you cannot go under 44 AD. So let's say, for example, an architect is designing certain things also. One of the students only asked me this. An architect is designing certain things also. An architect is constructing stuff also. So what do you take it as, profession or business? It depends. An architect obviously is performing a profession. He will use his intellectual skill. Construction comes ancillary to it, secondary to it. So he will obviously show it under business. Vocation has not been defined anywhere actually, right? Vocation. Let me come to that first. Guys, the wide term between business and profession, which is the wider term, business. So can I say all professions are business? Sir, why are you telling all this, sir? Guys, it's important. When you are coming to the chargeability, obviously you should understand what you mean by profession, right? All professions are business. But all business is not a profession, obviously. That is the final thing. I have read many Supreme Court judgments. This is how I could conclude. All professions are business. All businesses are not profession. Sir, then what about vocation, sir? Vocation is wider than business. Vocation is what? Wider than business. It is wider than business. Deadly it is. What does not amount to business may be a vocation. What does not amount to business may be a vocation, my dear friends. One old judgment was there in the UK somewhere. They said vocation is your calling. Calling means what? Not phone call. It is your passion. You'll say, no, I found my calling in, mountaineering. I found my calling in teaching. For example, me, I found my calling in teaching. The deep passion that comes out, right? That is called as calling. So, teaching now is actually a profession. You can treat it as vocation also, but then profession. Why? Because, is it CA, CS, architect profession, or is it like vocation? Confusion. Right? We will discuss that later. Let's not confuse. I'll not confuse you now. We'll do it later. Is teaching a profession? Is teaching vocation? Later we will discuss. Okay? Business. So simple words. All professions are business. All business need not be profession. And vocation is a wider term. Some examples. Politics, my dear friends. Politics may be what? A profession. Politics may be a profession. These are all cases, Supreme Court cases and other cases that I have made a note of. I have some nice questions for you. So I've written them down for you so that I can, share them with you. Politics, first example. Second, social work, for example, social work. Forget about the profitability. I'm just talking about social work. One. Or practice of religion. Practice of religion, preaching Christianity, for example. Preaching Christianity. Then working against atheism. Working against atheism. Sir, what is this, sir? One BCR subject is there. BCR means business correspondence and reporting. In that, vocabulary is there. Theo means God. A person who doesn't believe in God is called atheist. A person who believes in God is theist. Study is always logy. A person who studies God is theology. Person who doesn't believe in God is atheist. A person who believes that God is everywhere. Nature is God. Everywhere there is God. Mouse is God. Water bottle is God. Basically what they're trying to tell is they worship everything. The food that we are getting is God. Epidemic. Demi is again a disease. Epidemic. Epi means a particular area. The Nipah virus epidemic. But if it crosses all boundaries and spread everywhere, I don't even have to tell you the word. Pandemic. Pan means across India, across the world. Pan. Not PAN card. Pan India, right? A person who believes God is everywhere is called as pantheist. Sir, we are doing tax classes or English classes? Sorry. Okay, come back. Sometimes no. When seeing this word, I feel I'll go somewhere else, right? So I had posted on Instagram some time back where one of our, my dad was in the forest department, government service. So one of the drivers that we had, he always used to teach me driving and all that. So today he's a pastor. So I'm always in touch with him. Suddenly he came to he's from somewhere else. He called me up and said, I have a strong feeling that I have to come and pray for you. I said, please come on now, come, please come. So he came, he prayed for me. It was very nice. So sweet of him. All the way he came. He's 70 plus, but he came and prayed for me. So now, my dear friends, what he's doing, he has traveled across India actually. He's traveled across India. Right? Across India has traveled preaching Christianity. So from him only I took that example, preaching Christianity. If you say, no, I don't believe in God, he will tell that this is God, that is God, whatever it is. Correct? I had spoken about him in law in FCRA, Foreign Contribution Regulation Act. Let me not go there now, but yes, he's a very nice man. He taught me driving. I love driving. It's because of him. When I was a small kid, he was teaching me driving. So today he is a pastor. He's retired obviously and is a pastor. And he comes and prays for everybody's well-being, universal brotherhood. Now, is that vocation? Yes, he said that is my calling. God has called me and now I want to go and everywhere and preach Christianity. Whatever it is, guys. Let's not go into the mechanics of it, what is right, what is wrong. I'm just saying, is that Anna of mine, is he preaching vocation? Yes. Yes. Is he making any profit or all? That's a different thing. Trance movie you would have watched, no, trance. Right? So is that a vocation? Yes. Are you understanding? So what will not fit into profession, what will not fit into business will come under vocation. Samajh mein aaya? Purinjita? Got it, my dear friends? Artha buddies? Got it? Yes. That is what vocation, this and that. Now last dialogue. Sir, this much and all is there, sir, in one line? Yes, sir. You should study like this only, sir. We are doing DT, final. Right? Now, coming to that word, concern. So, concern, that one dialogue is there, no concern. Coolly, I'll show the Bayrak. Don't worry, okay? Don't worry. Everything we can't do like this. Wherever needed, I'll come, okay? Yes, you see here. Concern in the nature of it. This concern means any business organization. Many case laws are there. What do you mean by concern, sir? Sir, I'm very concerned about it. No, not that concern. Concern here means business organization. So any business organization also which is in the nature of trade, commerce or manufacture, my dear friends, is called as business. So if you have an organization, that is also called business. I am in the business of doing this. I am in the business of doing that, which means I have an organization. I have an organization. So that, my dear friends, is the meaning of business, profession and vocation and concern. And here we understood the difference between profits and gains. Understood the difference between profits and gains. I've taken some, cases. Let me show you now, okay? To deliver 1 hour of lecture, we have to read lots and lots of stuff. So it's super fun. So I have bought so many commentaries, so many things and so many stuff, so much research online. I love it, really love it. So that I can condense everything and in this 1 hour I can share with you. I will do all the hard work, you don't worry. For you, lot of hard work is there. 8 subjects. My entire life is this only. For you, 8 subjects, 6 subjects, whatever it is, new syllabus, old syllabus, whatever you leave it. But to study, no, so many subjects. Difficult, no problem. I'm here, okay? So I'll condense everything and give it to you. Coolly, you study that and go. Guys, it's been 33 minutes. We are still with one line only. Sir, when will you start, sir? Bro, PGBP, very, very important chapter. Guys, I cannot rush it. It is not in my nature. Wherever we have to rush, we will rush. Wherever we will go coolly, we will go coolly. You will never realize that this is fast track. You will think of it as regular only. It is regular only. Okay? This is not the regular batch. It's a fast track batch, but still you will feel that it is regular. Okay? Yes. Now I'll throw some questions. I'll throw some questions based on whatever I've written down. I have analyzed many cases. I've written down. You answer. Okay? Try to answer. Few questions. So let us see whether there's one dog also here. Wow, wow. Okay. Can't help it. Okay. See, it also wants to study DT. Not this. Hey, wait. Okay. So yes. So let's see. Few questions. So now tell me whether this is taxable or not. Whether it is taxable or not, think. See guys, always think. Later we'll answer. Answer we'll do it later, but just think. First one, see little bit what one common basics you know in Inter already, that when we take a capital receipt, when we anything which is a capital receipt, it is not taxable. Correct? It is not taxable. Whereas if it is a pure revenue receipt, if it is a revenue receipt, then definitely it will be taxable. Capital receipt not taxable, revenue receipt will be taxable. So the problem here is what is capital, what is revenue? Many codes only have to ascertain. Is this capital, is it revenue? It's very difficult for the codes to do so. And of course, that's why we have so many cases, because the High Court and Supreme Court will go with the question of, law. Is it really this thing, capital? Is it really revenue? It goes with the initial basics only. You have your Commissioner of Income Tax Appeals, you'll have the ITAT, they'll talk about the question of fact. Is it actually, capital receipt or revenue receipt? And then the law will go there. And there's a mixed question of fact and law also. Sometimes I don't know what is what. So courts will decide. This much I know. Now, this is point number one. Point number two, what do you think? Point number two, do you think if I receive something, if I receive profit in cash or kind, would it be taxable under this head, section 28? What about capital receipts? We've already seen. What about, we are all auditors. When you go for auditing, they will give some money, which is reimbursement of expenditure. So the article clerk, we would have gone and spent some money. We'll go to the audit firm, and audit firm will give us the reimbursement, right? Similarly, they will take reimbursement from the client. Now, is that reimbursement also reimbursement of expenditure also an income under section 28, which will be taxed under section 28? What do you think? I'm just throwing questions at you. Think about it. We haven't even opened the section. I haven't even touched it. This is just the basics, mind you. I haven't even opened the section. I'm just asking you to think, because our classes are always about application, no mugging up, right? Think. Reimbursement of expenses. Next, what about voluntary payments? What about voluntary payments? Sir, voluntary payments means what, sir? Voluntary payments means what, sir? For instance, you will make, I'm taking some decided case laws and trying to ask you these questions. I'm taking some decided case laws and trying to ask you this question so that you can try and let me know. So, lawyer is there, and you are not a client. You will go to him and say, sir, you and he are very good friends, okay? Mr. A, you are B, you're very good friends. You'll go and tell, bro, please do something, bro. It's my friend, he's in a fix. Mr. C is in a bad position. Please do something. Please give some services to him. He's little poor. Can you please help him out? Macha, please da. Will tell your friend. Your friend will help him out. He'll win the case. Right? Voluntarily, so generally, if professional work is done for free, it is called pro bono. So the lawyer, your friend, will have a pro bono case. Mr. C, chapter close, C will win. You are overjoyed. You will give him either, let's say, 20,000 rupees voluntarily, or you will give him a diesel watch. Diesel watch will pay him. You are very, very happy. So, you are so happy, you will cry and say, take, please accept this da. Correct? You will give him a watch. Correct? 20,000 rupees watch. Is that chargeable under PGBP section 28? Think. You read, we'll give you time to read the section. Think. Okay? Then there were a couple of cases, guys. I had one more case. Case number 2. You're a chartered accountant. You have helped a lot in floating a company. In the full incorporation, you have helped. They gave you money. You are charged some 1 lakh rupees. That's okay. That is 100% PGBP, undoubtedly. But because you did some amazing job, you did many things that was not needed also, extra. They gave you shares worth 20,000 rupees, shares of the company they gave. Is it section 28? Is it section 28? What do you think? Is it profit and gains of business or profession? Is it, incidental to business is what you need to think. Then let us say Rajnikant came to me. I just met him, Rajnikant. Then I said, Talaiva. Then he's like, okay, how are you and all that. Then we just got to talking and all that. And then basically he said, can you please look into my certain CA things that I am doing? My CA, I'm not happy with my CA. Can you please check that? I said, yes, sir. He said, how much is the payment? I said, sir, God is coming and asking. How can I take payment? Please, no payment. So with great difficulty agrees. So I provide the service. Afterwards, he will be extremely happy with my services. Extremely happy. He will tell, boss, one thing you need to do. Yes, sir, tell me, sir. I am giving you free tickets to Switzerland. Business class tickets, take it. Go enjoy with your family. That much. That one thing I want to give you, please. Right? What do you think? Voluntary payment. This, will it come or not? All these things. You will meet one Swami Nityananda. Swami will meet. Will be like this. In Kailasa. You will go. After becoming CA, you will be like, no, I now want moksha. I have finished. I have all salvation done. Let me go to Kailasa. You will go to Kailasa. Swamiji is sitting there. Correct? Hey, don't go da. Chumma, I'm telling. Okay. He's sitting there. Yes. So you will go there. You are full crying. Tears of joy are coming. And you have taken some all offerings. So some, like this coffee with Karan will come now, voucher on full big hamper you have carried. That hamper is worth some 5 lakh rupees. That hamper you will say, take it, sir. Swami girl, take it. What do you think? A customary offering to a seer. Seer means Swamiji, of 5 lakh rupees. Will it come under the rigors of section 28? Got it? These are some of the points. What if a very good employee of my company, 4 points done, no? This main 4 done. This 4 is enough. Come to this 5. Employee. I am giving him as a company car. I am giving him a servant. I am giving him a driver. Perquisite. Will this perquisite come under the rigors of this section? Will this perquisite come under the, something is your pen. Okay, will this thing come under the rigors of section 28? Employee. Then I had gone to this, this guy's concert, Alan Walker and Prateek Kuhad. Both were very nice. So let's say I want to organize Alan Walker's concert. He's only coming once in some 5-6 years he comes. So this time he's coming. I want to organize only that. I want to try this. One venture I organize. It is an isolated venture. Or for example, in Chikmagalur and in Munnar, both these places, there is one flower called Neela Kurinji. Kurinji flowers. It will bloom only once in 12 years. So I will tell, let me organize a trip. Guys, that trip happens only once in 12 years, isolated venture. I will actually say, full trip now today. Come, let's go enjoy everything, full package store. Only that venture I want, nothing else. Isolated venture, is it PGBP? Is it PGBP? What about chit fund business? Is it PGBP? What about any cooperative society where all of us come together and do business, and I will just take bare minimum amount, 1% only for my charges. There may not be intention of making profit, but I will make something extra. Is that profit? PGBP. Think about it. Think about it. What about non-refundable deposit? What about non-refundable deposit? For example, the builders against the occupancy rights. Like I need to occupy the property, so they will take from me some 10% non-refundable deposit. It is building is under construction, you please pay 10% deposit. Let's say the value of the building, that apartment is 1 crore, please pay 10 lakhs, sir. And later, once before the agreement for sale, there is something called AFS. Until that time, we will adjust it. But sir, if you back out, sir, please, I have set this house for you aside. If you back out, there will be no refund. Ignore RERA, because in RERA this is not allowed, but assume earlier this used to happen. Before RERA, before 2016, this used to happen. They used to take non-refundable deposits, builders. And if you back out at the last minute, no refund of the 10%. So when you take a non-refundable deposit, would that be your business income? 10 refundable deposit. Infosys used to take. Infosys, generally in Infosys, no, once you join Infosys, you have to go to Mysore. In Mysore, 6 months training will be there. So you have to go for 6 months training and then come back. When you come back, after 6 months training, people used to leave and go. They took training from Infosys and then used to run away. So Infosys started collecting refundable deposit of 3 months salary, which was refundable after 3 years only. They used to sign a bond. Later it got abolished because of labor legislation, but this was happening. If the employee left within 3 years, the deposit would be forfeited. So what happens when I take a refundable deposit? Point number 1. Point number 2, what happens when the refundable deposit gets forfeited? Would it be taxed under section 28? Is the question. Are you understanding? Then 12th one, sir, please leave me, sir. What are you doing, sir? This is how you should analyze taxation, not blindly studying some summary charts and all that nonsense. Whether it is regular, fast track, whatever, this is the way you should study direct taxes, period. Right? No other way. All other way is just shortcut method to score some marks. You will score. After you become a CA, they'll ask, how the hell did you become chartered accountant? You don't know this much also. You don't know how to read the Bare Act? What is better? People telling you, you're extremely knowledgeable. Are you a CA? Or people coming to you and say, how did you become CA? Pardon my outburst, but that's how it is. I feel very sad when people do not have knowledge and just become chartered accountants. Horrible, guys. Please, let's study the right way, my dear friends. Let's study the right way. Once you know how to read the Bare Act, you can read any law in the world. Mark my words. Right? So slowly we'll study. I'm just doing the basics. Please bear with me. Just the basic this is. I want you to think on these things. Next, couple of points. So this was a Supreme Court judgment. Basically, one company, it had some, it was into dyeing. Dye. It was preparing dyeing. Silk yarn. But unfortunately, due to the losses, etc., it was dying. Pun, play on words, don't worry. It was literally dying. So to ensure that there is some good cash flow, See, there were a lot of dying, machinery. This machinery was a commercial asset. It could have been used for business, but it was not running. There was labor turnover problem. There was, attrition. All these things were problems. Raw materials were not coming on time. So the tensed owner let this property out. Let out. The question was, is this income from house property or is this business? Went to Supreme Court. What is it? What is the nature of this? Similarly, 13th question. I am into tourism development. I have a series of buildings. And I am doing this tourism development only. Now I have given it as a franchisee for people to run it as, hotel and restaurant. I am completely into tourism development only, but now for the time being, there was some problem. I could not do that. Now what I'm doing, I've given it my vacant buildings as franchises to other hotels. Is this house property or is this section 28? This much is enough. Now let us read the section coolly. You may be able to answer a few of these things. Okay? Coolly. I will read the notes also. Let's come to section 28. I will read the notes also, don't worry. Upar say I'll read this, just to get the gist. The following income includes negative income, shall be mandatory, chargeable to income tax under the head profit and gains of business or profession. You will have no doubt in the meaning of profit, gain, business, profession. You will have no doubts about it. We have already discussed full in depth. The profits and gains of any business or profession which was carried on by the SAT at any time during the previous year. The profits we know and gains we know of any business, we know of profession, we know one more, any business, literal construction, any business, literally any business. Sir, what? I am doing some smuggling activities, sir. Will this be any business? Basically, I'm doing illegal stuff. Is it any business? Think about it. This class is only for you to think about it. Answers we will do in the next class, okay? Which are carried on by at any time during the previous year. Any compensation or other payment due or received by, all this we'll see later, no problem. Income derived by a trade, profession or a similar association for specific services by the members. Chit fund, cooperative society. This, whatever is relevant to the questions I asked, I'm going to read that, okay? Value of any benefit or perquisite, whether convertible into money or not. Value of any benefit or perquisite, whether convertible into money or not, arising from business or the exercise of profession. Think. Then this is for the partnership firm. Any sum, whether received or receivable in cash or kind under an agreement for not carrying on any activity, non-compete. We'll see that. Yes. We will see that. Cool. Leave it. This is what it is. Now, I will answer all these questions in the next class. But before that, let's read some of the things here. Come to page number B1. 2 clause 13 defines business to include any trade, commerce or manufacturing activity. For the purpose of taxation of business income, even an isolated transaction which has an element of trade, Alan Walker concert, could be considered as business. A single purchase may be considered to be a business provided it can be demonstrated that the sale was not just for the purpose of realizing capital appreciation, but the result of a conscious decision to convert the investment into stock in trade, forming the part of business. I want to buy tickets for a concert and resell them. In UK, US and all, it happens. There are many reselling official websites. I buy tickets for a match, IPL match for example, and resell them. That's my business. I will make a single purchase of the VIP box, 1 lakh rupees. I want to sell it out at 10 lakh rupees. I'll do it only once in my life. Is it business? Yes. Isolated transaction, single purchase, yes. Who should prove that it is business? Me or the department, income tax department? The burden of proof, my dear friends, the onus is on the department to prove whether a transaction falls within the meaning of adventure in the nature of trade or not. Manufacture means what? Transformation of an object into a new object, having a different character and use. So if I just buy some item in the market and sell it, that will not be manufacture. It should change, transform completely. It should transform completely into a new product. Profession to include vocation. So 2 clause 36 defines profession to include vocation. We have discussed very much in depth what do you mean by profession, what is a vocation. If a person carries on any activity on the basis of inborn talent, skill and attributes, cricket player, etc., any income derived from them will be considered as professional income. Whereas vocation is like your calling, where spends predominant part of his life to earn income for livelihood. Both the cases it is what? Everything. Doctor, lawyer, CA are examples of profession. Whereas what? Actor, singer, photographer. That is your calling. I want to be an actor. I want to be a singer. That is all examples of vocation. Method of accounting, I already told you under section 145. SSE follows mercantile, then you have to follow, when if it is, cash basis, you have to follow the same way. Other points we will see later, no problem. Yes. Chargeability. Chargeability. According to section 28, following income shall be chargeable to tax under the head PGBP. General points. Just we'll read, then you will be able to answer most of it. Profits and gains of any business or profession carried on by the state at any time, any business. Sir, you want, sir? Joint. Any business at any time during the previous year. Karim sold toys for 25 days in the previous year. Income from such activity shall be income from business. Any business. Karim entered into smuggling business. Yes. Value of any benefit or perquisite. CA. The client gifted a CA gold ring. Whether convertible into money or not. Awards received by a professional shall be chargeable under this section. However, if non-professional receive awards, it shall be in the nature of gift or personal testimonial and will not be liable to tax. Correct? Professionals receiving awards, Filmfare award, all these things, money, cash prize and all, they'll get no. Filmfare, national award, all these things, yes. But if non-professional receive awards, it will be in the nature of gift or personal testimonial, it will not be liable to tax. Any sum received or receivable in respect of a capital asset, we will see this. This we will discuss in 35 AD, guys. This point to be discussed in 35 AD later. Income of any trade, professional and similar organization providing specific services. Like what? I told you, your mutual associations, mutuality, like your clubs, etc. Association of person. Specific service to its members and remuneration is paid by the members for the services. Club, etc. All these things. Compensation we will see. Compensation we will see. All this we will see. We'll see all this. Yes, definitely we will see all this. So guys, this was the basics that I wanted to tell you. Basics. If I receive profit in cash or kind, yes, it will become PGBP. Reimbursement of expense, it is not in the nature of income, so no PGBP. I told you that I'll discuss next class, we'll finish off now quickly. Lawyer getting that diesel watch, definitely yes. Me getting some shares extra, 20,000 rupees here. Yes. Rajnikant giving me some free gift. Swiss tickets. Yes. Swami Nityananda getting this 5 lakh rupees hamper either in business or under IFOS under 56. We'll have to see that later. Employee getting car, servant, driver, perquisite, very much part of, especially, we have to see. Employee getting, will it go under salary? Yes. But what if he's a consultant who is giving his professional services? This also happens. Employee, salary, will go to salary directly, easy. Here, we have to see. Isolated venture, Kurinji flowers, that one, yes. Chit fund cooperative society, yes. Non-refundable deposit. When he takes away that non-refundable deposit, it is held that it is a nature of revenue receipt, trade receipt. It was held to be taxable. Refundable deposit. When I am taking refundable deposit, no problem. I'll have to show it obviously separately. It is not an income. But when it is forfeited, it becomes an income. A commercial asset which is let out, it does not, the commercial nature of the asset is not gone. Commercial nature of the asset is still there. So just to make some little bit profit here and there when the business is not running, when you use the same asset to earn profit, it was held to be business income and not house property. You are not in the business of renting out silk yarn machinery. You are not in that business. You are in the business of actually, producing silk, but it is not, the business is not running. So you are just using it partly for renting out. It is okay. It was held to be a commercial asset only, business income. Same, you are generally into tourism development to get some extra money and because business is not doing properly, you have let it out. It is not house property, it is business. Smuggling activity, since the Bear Act clearly says any business, it is very much part of business. Very much in depth, we have understood only the meaning of profits and gains from business or profession. Profession includes, we have seen, vocation. We have understood what you mean by vocation. So here I again asked you, what about this? Preaching, etc. against atheism, all these things will be called as a vocation. I hope you understood, my dear friends. In the next class, we will actually enter into PGBP. This was Bahubali, the beginning. Bahubali conclusion will happen in the next class. Okay? Hope you understood, all of you. Thank you so much. See you tomorrow. Bye. Good night.